G'day everybody. Well, I figured I'd do a bit of a revisit on a very old video I did a long time ago. A lot of you will probably remember the video I did on making this, the old air raid siren out of a vacuum cleaner motor, and how terribly inefficient it was in terms of the sound output from the actual siren head over the motor. You could hear more brush noise from this thing than anything. I've decided to write this one off, and over the time since I've done that, I was looking at that because I'm going to reuse the motor on another little project, but I've decided to revisit it, redo it, and also discuss a few things I've actually learnt over the way. This is the new one I've made. It's actually a dual tone because this came out of a commercial vacuum cleaner. It's got two impellers in it, both have got 6 vanes in it, and I've actually been able to create a 2 to 3 port siren, which, if you do your maths, equates to an 8 to 12 port siren like my big one there. And I can actually create exactly the same tone as an ACO Cyclone or a P50 with this thing. Because basically, if you keep halving the ratio from 8 to 12, you'll eventually arrive at 2 to 3, where you can no longer keep halving it and get whole numbers. So, like I said, having 6 vanes in each impeller was a bonus, because it means I could bend out 2 on one and then 3 on the other and still have it even, while I took to town on this one, just bent out all of them thinking it'd make the same noise, but I did not take into consideration A, the port spacing, the amount of airflow, which is the most important thing, and also the of course the brush noise, because these are universal motors, as we all know. They're very loud when they run, and you've got to, if you want your siren to be effective, you've got to try and overcome the noise from that with that, and it's very hard to do. But basically, putting less ports in it means you've got to spin your siren rotor faster in order to get the same sound as a bigger siren, but it comes to an advantage because the rotor's moving a lot faster. It's pulling more air in, so you're getting a stronger pulsar effect, and all of those unused rotor vanes that I haven't bent out, they're far enough away that they're not going to create an issue. Like, that one's bent out, so that one's going to make the noise. That one's not. That one is. That one's not, for instance. So in that one, it's just on, out, in, out, going around, while the bottom one, it's just 2 of them sort of thing. So I can get a really good tone out of this at a high speed because I'm getting more airflow through. I've got tighter tolerances, it's better spaced, and it's moving a lot faster as well. So enough talking, let's give you a bit of a demonstration. Got power on, put that up there as well, by the way, just keep it out off the bench. Already, that noise, that's not the motor making that, that's our ports here. You can put your finger over it and block it off. That bottom one there, it's not as loud. The 3 port's more audible over the 2 port, but it still makes a noise. But here we go for a big one. I just put that on it just to stop the airflow, because this thing chucks a lot of air out as well. No wonder it's a vacuum cleaner. But that basically, I've managed to resurrect that one. I hope some people find it informative. Do give it a try yourself. I highly recommend it. It's good fun as well. If you want to make your own siren, you just get an old vacuum cleaner motor. I do recommend running them on a variac, just because it gives you a lot more control. Don't plug these directly into the wall, just sitting on a table. Have them clamped if you do, because they will throw themselves around because of the starting torque. And I had that happen a long time ago. In fact, it was one of the times I nearly killed myself on one of these, because it flew straight towards me, and at the time it was just two bare wires twisted on it, so it wasn't the safest way. But if you follow your safety and stuff, even have gloves, earmuffs, like, that's just bearable. It's painfully loud. But smaller motors like this is what it's these are just domestic ones. You probably won't see as many of these around. Like 2 impellers, that's the first one I've ever seen. But you get usually single impellared vacuum cleaners like this. They've got about 9 vanes in them, so just bend out 3 of them, evenly spaced, and you'll get a pretty good tone off of that. Like, that one's pretty good as well. I won't bother demonstrating it because I've got to pull all that apart and I've got it all taped together and jammed in. But I hope somebody can find this informative and useful, because it's definitely something that I didn't want to walk away from. Thanks for watching.